Hi everyone, it's CreativeCanvas3 here, and today I'm doing a video on all the tools that I use when I make my polymer clay charms. So I'm just going to get started. So first I have these dotting tools which I use for painting faces on and like texturing, and I got these off of eBay for around $1, and they're actually meant for like nail art when like doing designs on your nails, but they work really well for painting faces on charms. So the next two things I have are made out of scrap clay. So this one's a needle tool, and this one's like a really big ball tool. This one I use when I'm mixing like TLS mixtures and like icing and stuff. This one's really great for texturing like cakes and pastries and stuff. So next I have are the blades. This one's like a straight one, which is great for when you're trying to like cut something very evenly, and this one's great for just like cutting like little pieces off. And so for the longest time I just use this one, but this one comes in handy a lot. Next I have this 5-in-1 tool from Sculpey, and so it comes with 5 tools and this like rod thing that each tool magnetically fits into, and they stay in. And so there's this like ball tool, this knife like blade thing, which I don't really use all that much, this really big like needle tool, which I sometimes use, on this like rounded blending tool, and this is like flexible, and this one I use the most is a blending tool, and this one's like super flexible, and I love using this one for blending out pieces of clay. So next I have this paintbrush which I use for chalk pastels when I'm like shading cupcakes or like pastries and stuff. And then I have this old toothbrush which I use for texturing like cupcakes and like different pastries. So next I have my extruder, which is just like really nice to like when you're making icing and stuff like that. And I got this one actually off of eBay for only a couple dollars, and it's a lot cheaper than going to Michael's or like any craft store and buying one when they're usually like $20 or $30. And it comes with a lot of these little like different size ends and stuff for like different thicknesses and different like types. So next I have this wheel which I keep all my findings in and my extruder pieces, and I got this at Michael's for about $3. So in this I have like some eye pins, some like earring studs, small head pins like lobster claws, jump rings, a whole bunch of like different findings. And I get most of my findings off of eBay because they're really cheap and they're a lot more affordable, and you can get like wholesale. So next I have this really small paintbrush which I like using for painting charms that I'm hand painting or just painting on really small details, and this one's really tiny. And in this thing my head pins don't fit, so but I also have some really long head pins. And next I have like all of my wire cutters and stuff, so I'm just going to go through this individually. The first ones I have are the wire cutters, which like cut down your head pins or your eye pins or any wire. So next I have these ones which are really tiny, and these are great for twisting your head pin into the loop. And then I have these ones which kind of like bend, and these are great for just like opening jump rings and stuff like that. And I also use these ones for making loops in my head pins because they're really tiny. And then I have these flat ones which are just great for like flattening stuff, flattening your wire or like straightening out your head pins. And I got these in a set of the 5 of them at Michael's. And then next I just have this acrylic rod for when I'm rolling out clay, but I usually just use my pasta machine, but this comes in handy too. And the pasta machine is also one of the tools that I use quite often. Next I have these icing tips which I use for like making icing for cupcakes and just like silicone and stuff. So next I have all of my cookie cutters, and I have a bunch of different sizes, and you can get these at like Michael's. So there's like different shapes, there's like circles and squares and flowers and all of that. So next I have my molds. So I use these Martha Stewart ones which I got at Michael's quite often. So there's 4 different ones. There's a cupcake one, this bow one which is one of my favorites, this strawberry one, and this cherry one. And so my next two molds are ones that I got from Miniature Sweets off of Etsy. And I have a biscuit mold and a cupcake base mold, which I use the cupcake base mold all the time, one of my favorites. So I have this Hello Kitty bow mold and this gummy bear mold. This is what the amazing mold putty looks like. It comes in two parts. And then next I have my E6000 glue, which is all like taped up because it's quite old. I use this when I'm like for like eye pins and stuff to make sure that they stay in. So next I have this baby oil, which I got from the dollar store for $2, as you can tell, and I use this for when I just need to soften some clay or when I'm making icing, so it's easier to use. And the last thing that I have are these baby wipes, which are from the dollar store, and this is a pack of 64. These for $2, and I use these in between like using colors when making charms, and these come in handy a lot. And so those are all the tools that I use when I make my polymer clay charms. If you have any questions on where I got something that I didn't mention in this video, then comment down below. And if you have any more requests for any videos for me to do, then also leave those in the comments down below. And I will talk to you guys soon. And thanks for watching. Bye!